If you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, I am. So they are saying we can continue tomorrow.
Sorry.
We can continue tomorrow if other people are not there.
Uh, I checked with them, the team. He told to continue. They will share the recorded sessions to others. So they confirmed me to continue the sessions if anyone is available here, and they will share the recorded videos to others.
Because okay, so I thought 8:30 it will start, and by
I'll
they were
continue these
9.
programs only. We have less program. 5 to 6 is
Okay,
here and 5 to 6 is there. And after
so
that
is
we'll
that gonna
close
done
them.
by 9?
Okay?
Yeah,
Are you fine with that?
yeah, because 9:15, I have to leave 9:15. That's
At what time you want to leave?
9:15. I have to take my daughter to this
Yeah, yeah,
school.
yeah. Within half an hour
Okay,
I'll complete this.
okay, 9:15.
Okay. So, thank you for that. So, yesterday I completed the section 2 app 1. Now I'm going to complete this section 2 app 2. So, in that, last time we discussed, yesterday's session we discussed this static keyword, constructor, argument constructor, non-argument constructor, how we will create an object, how we will call the constructors, how we will call the static, when a static will call, and what is the this, when to use this, inside this what will be argument this and non-argument this and all. Now we will consider all the revised things because these all are the same concept which we repeated in app 1. So the first questions like in this class section 2 app 2 class A is there. So inside this class A we have a static. So this is a static block, so it's SIB, a static initialization block, and here main method is there. So once the compiler will call execute, the main method will be called. So may before main method a static block will be executed. So this output will be SIB and then form main. So this is already repeated things we already discussed. So if we run this program, SIB form main will be there. Like that we have the same. This is revised things here. In this class B we have a main method. Inside main method we have SOP and then a static inside after this main method. So a static keyword we can use anywhere inside the class, before the method, after the method. So once the classes will be load, a static will be load first, then main method will execute. So if we'll run this program here, form SIB will call, then form main will be called. Same program but here after the method, and a program will before the method. And then this is a class C. Inside this class C we have a static block and then main method, and again we have a static block. So there are two static block, SIB1, SIB2. So once the classes will be loaded, before that main method a static block will be loaded. So all the static block will be loaded from top to bottom. If top is there, so first this will be executed, and after that second, if bottom will be there or mid will be there, that will be executed. So SIB1, SIB2 and main, like that we have. In class D we have a static int I, and then a static is there, a static I equal to 10. So this is a static int I, this is static variable, and this is a static. So static block has defined the I of this. If you are not defining, then a static variable's default value should be 0 for integer. If you define, then that will be reinitialized from 0 to I equal to 10 here. Now the main method will be called. So this main method, because before main method a static block will call, but in this static block only I value has reinitialized, but there is no SOP is there, so nothing will happen. First compiler will go for the main method, and then inside this main method we have I. So this I value is 10 is there, so that will be print. So once you will run this program, you will get the output of SOP I equal to 10. The next program is class E. We have a static int I 1 and then a static block. They reinitialize from 1 to 2. default was 0, but here they initialize as a 1. Now they re-initialize inside the static block I equal to 2. So compiler will go for the main method, they will check the I value, so I value will be latest is 2, because that is re-initialized, and inside a static block there is no SOP, so compiler will go for the main method. Then we have a class F. This is static block, and here they initialize I equal to 1. Before that we have a static uh, int variable is not there. After a static block we have a static int I equal to 2 variable is there. So anywhere a static variable will be initialized after the static block, before the static block, after the main method and all. So once the classes will be load, all the static block, static variables and static method will be called. So this variables will be loaded on the classes load. So after that a static block I is 1, means static block I equal to 2 was there. Now they have reinitialized with I equal to 1. So what will happen once compiler will go for this main method, because there is no static block is there. So once the main method has called, and after that they will go for the I. So this static block has I is there, this is a valid I equal to 1 was there. So compiler will go for the for top to bottom. So a static int I is there, yeah, is a integer type. Why? Because we have not defined on top, but there's some definitions is there. A static int I is there. So a static int I means integer type of I. They have initialized as a 1. After that, in the variables, the static int variable line number 9, we have I equal to 2. So the latest value of I equal to 2 here, not I equal to 1. Because block has executed, I was 1. Again, in static int I was 2. And then main method. So main method latest value will be printed, not 1. Because it will go from the top to bottom. Now we have a class F. So class F has main method I, and we have defined after the method static int I. So once the classes will be loaded, all the static variables, methods and block will be executed. So I value is 10, so this will be print SOP of I equal to 10. So this is the class G. We have a static. So inside this static we have a some error is there for system.out.println I. Why? Because of a static int I is defined here, and then main method is there. But what is the going on? Once the classes will be load, a static block will load first. So a static block is on top to bottom, so this will be loaded, and here it will see this I. So I is not yet defined, cannot reference a field before it defined, because this will be loaded first. After that variables will be loaded. So in that case, what is happening? I is not yet defined. So you'll get a compile time error, like cannot referenced a field before defined. So this is not yet defined. In this case, if you'll go for F1 here, what not in F1, F program, what was there? A static int I was there. So and this was a defined here. I in a static value variable block I was defined, because I is an integer type, a static int type, and they has defined here. So that is fine. But if you used here class G, a static block is there, but inside the block we are calling this SOP as a I, but I is not yet defined. So compiler will check in the block if I is defined or not. If not it defined, then you will get a compile time either. Cannot define a reference field before it is defined. The same we will see here. Class H is there, static int J. So in this class static int J is there, and a static block is there. So this static block have J equal to I, but J is defined, but I is not yet defined. I is defined inside this here up after this. So once the compiler will call this then a static block will load first. So a static block while load, they will check this. So either I should be the first statement or second statement before the static, then will be used after that, or else you can define this static int value of I here inside the block. So if you are not doing, then you will get a compile time error, cannot reference the field before it is defined. So you won't be able to run this program. So how it will, this is a class I. So class I will have a static int I. So here inside this I we are calling test method. Then we have a static block. Then we have a static int test method. So this method is also a static type and integer type. Return type should be there. So this is integer type. So we need to do some return type as a numeric. So here return type is 10 is there. Okay. So this is the test. And then main method, and again we have a static block, so sib2 is there. So once the classes will load, all the static block will be loaded first. So if you will run this program, then sib1 and sib2 will be printed. Before that what will happen? So we have a static int I, so this will be called, and here we have a test call. So this test call is also a static type, so a static method will be loaded. So in a static method we have sop is there, so this test will be loaded first, then sib will load first, second, and then sib2 will be loaded third. After that we will get a call of main method. Before the main method, a static blocks and all will be loaded, and then after that static method, main method will be loaded, done, and I value is the 10, because here we have a return is 10 from the test method. So this test method I value is 10, and because here a static int I, we are calling this test method, so whatever the test value return will be there, that will be I value. So we have a class J static int I equal to test, a static block, then a static int test. So a static block and a static int test is a method. So once the compiler will go static int I, this test will be called first. So this test having some sop test being, then main null, then sop testing, and then return. Why return? Because of a static int type is there, this is an integer type, so we need to return some numeric, and after that a static block will be executed. So test sib being main null sib, and then main method will be called, and main method I value will be the print. So I value return is 20, so that will be 20. So here see a static int test will be called. So static int test will test being, then main null. Main null means 0 value, and after that sop test n, then return 20 is there. Then after that a static block will be executed, sip being s, then main null. So is main null is 20, and then sibn, and after that main end. So main end I value is 20. So like this will be printed. Because this main null has not yet defined, so 0 value, and after that we have a return 20, so main null will be the 20 here, and here main I value is latest return 20, so that will be printed. So like that we have revised this all sections from the static method, static block, static variables, constructors, parameterized, non-parameterized, this keyword, and object creation. So this also has completed. Now we'll go for the section 2 app 3. Inside also these all are revised topic which we covered. So this is class A. Inside this app 3 we have a multiple classes there, so either class A, class B, and all will be we can use. So class A have a static int variable, but in class B just a main method is there, and they are calling this variable of class A. So how we will call system.out.println based on the class name. as a reference dot variables name. So we need to call this I of class A. So what we have to mention, A dot I inside the B class, then we can use. If it is same package, then we can use in there. And then class C have uh, the way is defined different enum class interface and all. So how we will create a enum? The question is how we will create a enum. Just you have to mention enum name of enum, open braces, close braces, like same as a class. So if you are declaring class, the class name, open braces, close braces. So enum is used for the constant value. Like if you have days, so days we will have a 7 type of days. So these all are constant or no changeable side, like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So these all we can use in the enum, days, month and all. For the class we have same interface. How we will declare interface name, open braces, close braces, or we have annotations also at the rate interface. So just we have declared like how we will create an interface, how we will create a class, how we will create a enums and all. And after that we have a next program as f. So inside this f, static int I is there, then main method is there, then class g is there in the same package, and then only main method is there. So once the classes will load, so what will happen, uh, if you will run this program, what will happen, you will not able to run, because of either we have to run with this f1 or g1. So if you go for the compilers or command line argument, in that time you have to select the particular class, which class you want to run. So if you want to run this G class, then you will get output of f1.i. So f1 is a class, here I. So f1.i will be default value of 0. If you are running this f1 class, then you will get a I value as a 0 and f1.i will be 0, because both are same thing. Inside the class you are printing the I value, and inside the class you are printing this f1.i. f1.i means this I value only. This is class h. So inside this class h we have a static block and then main method. So once you load the class, a static block will load first, then main method. So hsib and then hmain will be the output. This is the class. Here two classes there, class J and class K. So either if you want to run any type of class, you have to mention based on the class name and run that. So in this class J, if you will run, then a static block will be executed first. So SIB1 will be executed first, then SIB2 and then main method. But if we are running the class K, so class K means KSIB will be executed first, KSIB2 will be executed second, and then K main method will be executed. So this is class L and class M. So class L and M. So class L have a static block and then main method. Class M is a static block and then main method. So if you run L, then main block will be executed, then main method will be executed. If you are running as a M of class, then a static block will executed, then main method as and main being will be executed. Then again they are calling some L dot main argument. L dot main means L class main argument. So L main argument will be executed from the class L, and then main and main end will be executed. Here also we have like a two class in the single package. Static int I equal to 10, then a static block is there. Just declare these static variables and block. Then class O is there, and then a static block, and then a static method is there. So a static method, if you will run the class O, then a static block will execute first, then is all n dot I. So here O main B will be executed, then n dot I means n value. So n class I value they will print. N dot I means n class I value will print. N dot I means n class I will. Same will be happening because static. So once the classes will load, all the static data will be loaded on the class time only. Then m n main end will be printed. So this is class P. So static and then a static void test. static void test. So here a static block, a static method is there, and then class q means SOP will print, and then p dot test. So once the classes will load, all the static block will be loaded, and after that main method. So if you'll run this program, this is not able to run due to some, because of two classes is there. So if you run this program of p, so only p have main method, only test and block is there. If you are running as a queue, then main method is there. So first this will be, and then p dot test will call. So p dot test is form test, then again p dot test form test, again p dot test form test, and then this test will call. Like that we have R. So this R program have a static int I equal to 10. So a static int I is 10. Once the classes will load, all the static variables and all will be loaded. That's it, and nothing is there. So that is also valid things. In class S we have a static void test is there. Just they declare this one test method and nothing is there. That is also valid. In class R, just they declare a variables. That is also there, valid. In class T, they have only main method. Inside this main method they are calling r.I and s.test. So first compiler will check either inside this package any R class is there, because R, inside that R class have any I variables is there. If yes, yes, we have to send this R class is there. So r.java have I is there, so that is a valid. So they will call. So we have to call, we can call anywhere from there. So in main method r.I is there, then fine. After that also we'll check s.test is available, means s class any test method is there, yeah, s class. So in s class, yes, one test method is there, then we can call this test inside this t, this one. And then u class, so this class is the u inside this static block, and the main method, that is also valid, we can use this. And then we have a v class. So this v class have a static block. So this is static block, and after that main method is there. So this main method is main being, and then main args, then we have a SOP, then main being u dot main as a null. This was a args and this is a null. So what is difference between both? So once you will run this program, you will get usib. Once this classes will load, a static block will load, then u v main being, and then usib, because u main args means this u classes will check u main args means this is the u class, and inside this arg means u main. So this will be printed, and after that u main args has been completed, then SOP dash, then again u main args is there, then u main will be printed from u class, and then SOP of b end. So this will be printed. So anywhere we can access of any class inside the same package if a statics and all is there. If any non-static is there, then you have to create an object, and then based on the reference you can access. So this is class C. Inside this class C, static int I and a static void test method is there, and this is class D. So this is main method. Inside this main method SOP is there, and then we have a SOP, and then after that C1 dot test. So SOP of C1. So this is from C1 is available inside this class only, inside this package in the same class before this class. C1 dot I means this is default value of 0. C1 dot test means form test, and I value of 0 will be printed. So if you run this program D1, you will get some output. If you run this program of 0, you will also get different output like this. So like that we have covered here all the sections of section 1 and 2. So this section 1 and 2 has covered all the topic of variables, class, package, variables, class, package, and then method, and then static block, static initialization block, static variables, static method, and then non-static instance block, constructor as argument. This object creations and all we completed here from section 1 to section 2, all the app, increment, decrement, operators and all. Now in section 3 app 1 we will cover here, non-static variables, non-static methods, how a static non-static method variables and all, and how we are calling this object based on the objects. These all are repeated things also will be there. And after that we will cover these all are most of constructor things. And these all are, I think, we covered constructors and all. So mostly we will cover IIB and all. So this IIB this also I cover section 3 app 1 app 2 I cover. So tomorrow we will cover this section 3 app 3, some repetition questions, and after that we'll start section 4. So section 4 also will have a same thing. And then section 4 app 2. Okay, so tomorrow we'll cover the new topic as a super. So today already we discussed all the revised things. Now tomorrow we'll cover all the supers. So what is the difference between two supers and this keyword? When to use supers and when to use this. So these things we will cover tomorrow. Section 4. Okay, section 4 app. Okay, section 3 and then after that we will cover package and all day after tomorrow. Packaging, how we will do the packaging structures and all. Okay, then we are closing here.